I got it. It's here. It's finally here. Hey guys, it's Moto, and here today we have some special things that are going to make the channel really nice. So if you're new to the channel, this is predominantly motorcycle content. What we do here on this channel is a lot of bike builds, gear reviews, moto vlogs, recording track days, things like that. We haven't been able to do a lot of the track days and moto vlogs because we've been missing some pretty key elements to it. So what we've been doing on the channel so far with the bike builds and gear reviews is we have been recording on the Canon M50 and then the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema 4K. And those are rather robust cameras. They're not really an action camera of any sort. You're not going to be able to do a lot of things that you want to do with like an action camera. And we finally have the pinnacle of action cameras, in my personal opinion, and I'm going to tell you why here in a minute. But this is the unboxing video for the new GoPro Hero 8 Black. And with that, I also got a couple accessories and some add-ons to it to make things a little easier for me and for Josh, who's behind the camera. You guys don't get to see him a lot, but he does a lot of the editing and stuff, as well as a lot of the cinematography that goes into the episodes and things like that. And what we have been using, before I open this up, what we have been using a lot for the time lapses and things like that have been the GoPro Hero 3 Plus. And these are not bad. You can find them on Marketplace and things like that for like 50, 75 bucks. They're not bad at all. They'll definitely get the job done, but they have their shortcomings. And what I mean by that is if you go back and you look through some of the episodes of House of Moto, with what we did, we have some time-lapse footage on the Canon M50, and we have some time-lapse footage on the GoPro Hero 3s. And I'm not going to tell you which one is which, but if you go through back and watch, you'll be able to see pretty clearly. Alright, moment of truth. So I ordered this on the Memorial Day sale they had, which was on Monday, and today is Friday, and it showed up today. So GoPro's on their stuff as far as shipping goes. They're pretty good in my opinion. It showed up when they said it was going to show up, and the packaging it's bulging with air pockets, so it's been packaged pretty well, and you don't want the stuff to get damaged. So I'm just going to throw that on the ground. So we have the GoPro in its hard shell case right there. These were part of the Memorial Day sale, and I'll tell you what these guys are. So look at this box out here. They come with a 32 gig micro SD, which is pretty cool. They come with an extra GoPro battery. This is 25 bucks by itself, so that was awesome. And then I opted to get the waterproof protective case. And I'll talk more about this guy in a minute. So we're going to set that over there. But the GoPro, and I know a lot of you guys want to know a lot of the specs and what makes this guy a much better camera than some of the other ones. And to be honest with you, depending on what you're going to do, the 7, it's a good camera. I've played with them. A couple buddies of mine ride with them on their chin mounts, and they do really well. And one of the things that I loved about the 7, and where I really wanted a 7, but I don't really care for with the 8, is the ability to just snap an ND filter right on that replacement lens. And this one doesn't have a replacement lens. And the reason that GoPro did that is because a lot of people would put ND filters or aftermarket, not GoPro lenses on that GoPro, and then it wasn't waterproof anymore. So they got rid of that whole deal, and they went ahead and made it completely waterproof. And there is a way, and I plan on doing, when I get it, I plan on doing a review on that way to have a ND filter on these and still be able to use it as an actual action camera. Because the system that they have for these, and try to do a little bit closer in this camera, the system they have is it's just a little snap case that goes around, and then you can put an ND filter on. And the problem with that is, like for me, when I use it on motovlogs or to record rides and things like that, that ND filter is not going to protect it from a rock chip or something. That's something for a protected case. So that being said, unfortunately, you can't use their little snap filter ND thing. I wouldn't trust it. I haven't used it. Obviously, I just got the camera. But just looking at it and doing research on it, I didn't feel comfortable buying that system to use with the ND filters. If you're just using it as a camera that's on a tripod, just recording what's going on in your garage, or if you're doing a DIY video or something like that, or you're filming your vacation, that's the ND filter for you. Like it's just fine. But for somewhere where you could catch a rock chip or something like that, that's not what I would use it for. Some of the specs on this, before we really get into it, some of the specs on this is it's a 12 megapixel camera. But what sets this apart from the 7 and any other action cameras that I've seen is you can mod this. Like a lot of you Subaru guys out there, you know how to mod a vape. It's kind of the same concept. It's they have mods, and one of the mods is the media mod. The media mod puts a shotgun directional mic. So there's plenty of videos out there on YouTube where there's people that explain how these directional mics work on these new Hero 8s. I don't have one because it's not right for what I'm going to use it for. But you're going to hear what you're pointed at. So if you got something going on over here, but you're filming over here, you're not going to catch a lot of that audio. But if there's something happening where your camera is, you're going to get the audio. And then the other mods that they offer is the display mod, which is just a flip out screen like a lot of your your digital cameras are going to have, that little flip out screen that you can see what your camera's actually capturing. These do have a colored monitor on the back, but say the camera's facing you like these cameras are facing me, then maybe if you don't have somebody operating the camera, you want to be able to make sure you're in frame or something like that. I find myself staring at screens when they're flipped at me, so I didn't need that. The other mod is an LED light mod, which was one that I'm kind of interested in. It's just it's a little panel of, I believe, 8 to 10 LEDs. I'm not quite sure. Don't quote me. The pictures look like it's pretty bright, so it has a big LED that hangs off the side of this thing that's going to light up anything that you're shooting. So you can make sure you have some good lighting while you're shooting. Some of the other things they have 4 different lenses that you can shoot through on this. They have a narrow, they have a distortion-free, a wide, and a super wide. I haven't gotten into it yet, so I'm going to play with those, but if I had to guess, I'm either going to use the wide or the super wide when I do a lot of my motovlogs and things like that. But some of the things that really attracted me to this was the Hypersmooth 2.0 stabilization. This has, I mean, you can see the videos on YouTube's on YouTube and as well as on GoPro's website, and the stabilization is phenomenal. There's people running on beaches, riding mountain bikes, and the horizon leveling, especially with the boost on, where they display what the boost does for the stabilization. It looks great, which really attracts me because if I'm on a motorcycle, sometimes things aren't as smooth as you might want them for videoing. This does have time warp, so you can do a lot of cool time lapse and slow mo type of videography with it. Again, probably not something I'm going to use, but if you're watching this because you're just interested in the GoPro, it might be something that attracts you to it. And all this information that I have mostly comes off of the few reviews I've seen on YouTube, as well as straight from GoPro's website themselves. You can find all this stuff on their site. But the time warp's really cool if that's what you're into. The super photo, you can really play with the contrast. You can kill blur. The details you can get out of this little camera for stills, amazing. Live burst, and what live burst does is it's a 1.5 second before and after you hit the shutter. So you can check that out. It's 90 stills or 3 seconds of 4K film. The high fidelity audio is another really great one. It's better audio than any other GoPro because it has 3 mics. They reduce the wind noise a whole lot. And like I said, this thing is completely waterproof. So in order to get that out of a completely waterproof, airtight camera is pretty cool. It also has 14 voice commands, so if you have this on something we're going to get into later with the accessories part of this, and the other things that I made sure to have when this showed up, you can tell it to turn on, you can tell it to start recording, all kinds of stuff like that. But what really intrigued me, and we're going to see it right now for the first time in person, on camera and myself, is this little guy apparently has a built-in mount. And yep. So these little arms fold into the GoPro. And how we used to use the 3, and you can see this is the 3 Plus right here. A little bit bigger than the old ancient 3s. But the way we would use this for time lapse, we just set it on a shelf and let it roll. And we turn it into time lapse and editing. So the cool thing about this is that I could put this in time lapse, or in their time warp as they call it, the time warp 2.0 mode, and I can set it on the shelf and let it do its thing. Or if I really want to, I can pop these mounts out that are built into the camera, and I could put it on a tripod or something like that. Now, where I see this being an issue, and it looks like they saw it as an issue too. Is what happens if one of these little mount ears break? Well, you have screws. I'm hoping that focuses. You have screws in there where you can replace them. So hats off to GoPro for seeing that, because what good is an action camera if you can't mount it anywhere? So that's really, really cool. I'm gonna get this thing plugged in, hooked up, and maybe even put you guys on a shelf or on the table or in some of my accessories here, and we're gonna see what kind of footage it has. And I'll have that in this video, and I'll make sure I tell you when we're actually recording on the GoPro Hero 8 Black versus something big bucks like the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema 4K, which is not a cheap camera and does really, really good. So we're going to compare it to what we have here and what we've been using on the channel. As soon as it gets charged up, the charge time's not supposed to be too bad on these, but while we get this charged up, I'm gonna go put it on the charger, and then we'll get right back so I can show you guys some of the things that I got for the GoPro to make it a little bit more accommodating to what I use it for. So some of the things that came in the GoPro that I didn't mention are things like the owner's manual. It's got all kinds of information there. I'm not going to read this, I'm going to be honest with you guys, because I can find a video that explains how this thing works just fine. The need help, so if you guys have any questions with it, you can't figure it out through videos or this, they have a card with all the information, tons of different languages, what you can do, who you can call. And they have a basic instruction card like how to attach it to different mounts and how to screw something righty-tighty for lefty-loosey and all that stuff. Then a little thing that talks about their free storage on the cloud, all that stuff. And then my favorite, stickers. So that is exactly what came in the actual GoPro packaging itself, minus two things. I'm going to talk about those in the accessories because they are accessories that you get with the camera. Two things that I made sure of, which one came with the deal for Memorial Day, and then I went out and got another one, 256 gigs for I believe $32 at Walmart. You can't beat that. So one thing that GoPro does that a lot of people have a problem with, and I understand it, but I like it. I like the quality you get from the cameras. I like the technology that's integrated in the cameras. I like everything that GoPro has to offer. But the fact that they don't condense their videos, and if you're familiar with how editing and uploading and things like that, storing and all that stuff with digital files works, it's kind of a pain to run through a 256 gig micro SD in just like a few hours, which can happen like on long motorcycle rides, stuff like that, track days, things like that. Like anytime that camera's rolling, it's not condensing the digital information that it's storing on the card. So the bigger the storage that you can get, the better. I plan on getting much more of these $32, 250 gig micro SDs. On makes a lot of stuff, and you can find people on both ends of the extreme as far as the on or the ONN stuff goes. I think it's enough of a bargain to be able to take shot at it. Unfortunately, I didn't even see SanDiscs at 256 gigs at Walmart. Everything right now is a little crazy, so everything's kind of sold out. Not much is getting to the stores. So I kind of figured that was going to be the case. So I have a 32 gig SanDisk and I have a 256 gig Keep On. So we're going to see later on down the road how these exactly pan out for me. Another thing that came with the Memorial Day bundle was a new battery. Like I said, this is $25 on GoPro's website. There is a company out there that sells 4 batteries that are the exact same battery without the blue tip. I can't remember off the top of my head. I've researched these things for quite some time, but there is another company that has batteries for a cheaper price with its own charger, so you don't have to charge it inside of the camera like you do these. But it came for free. It was part of the deal, so that's pretty awesome. I get an extra battery. The other thing that I got from them was the waterproof case, and we're going to open this up and I'm going to show you guys. If it's true from the videos that I've seen, there should be 2 different backs to this, and I'll show you what those backs are exactly. So one of them is going to be the completely waterproof, and I can't remember what they called the other one. It's got its own special name, but it's basically just the back of the window, so you can still use your touchscreen, and it's not going to be waterproof. So if you don't care about the waterproof aspect, like I hope that my camera doesn't go into water, because that means that I probably put my bike in the water as well. And I don't ever want that to happen. So I'm hoping I never have to test out the waterproof aspect of the GoPro. I need to really make sure to confuse the crap out of you. We're just going to tear it open. It's not going back inside. Ah, there it is. So there's your window that has the opening. You can go all the way through and use your touch screen still, and it still puts the protective casing. So if you were going to run just the video on something like a motovlog, or you had a separate audio recording device or something like that, you could get away with this and it would be just fine. Like it's nice hard shell. You don't care about ND filters. This is all you're going to need to hook it to a helmet mount or a chin mount and be able to ride around and keep your camera protected. That being said, I'm going to run the audio in the camera because they have such good audio, and I'm going to run it through a mic inside of my helmet. So this doesn't work for me. This is going to be strictly for like putting it on an extended pole to walk around the track or walk around bike meets, just to make sure that my camera stays protected. But this unfortunately is a very limited use item. I don't foresee myself really needing that much use out of this, but it was very affordable. They also had this on sale on the Memorial Day, so I just went ahead and got it because the more accessories, the better, in my opinion. But it's a really good thing if you think about it. If you're not going to do what I do, you don't care about ND filters, you don't care. You just want a really good camera to be able to take on vacation. This is waterproof, so if you'll see in this box, I'm pretty sure I saw, yeah, there's something in this box that's going to make this really cool, and maybe, who knows, I might use it in the future. But I like that case. I think it's a good buy. It also comes with another one of their GoPro mounts. The really cool thing about these mounts, and I haven't seen these before, I don't know if it's just because people just go ahead and buy the off-brand, the not GoPro grab bags, but this snaps into a mount. Like, you know, this curved mount right here, this will snap into this mount. And then this rubber piece goes in the center, and it's like a safety. Like, see, you got to get it all the way in there, and then you can push the safety in, and it will not allow it to pop out, which I think is really cool because I've seen guys, track day footages especially, like where the bike goes down or they almost high side and they bring it back together, and that G-force throws the GoPro out because they didn't have it all the way in. This is a great fail-safe, and I'm really, really happy that I saw this when I took it out of the mount, because when I tried to take it out of the little pedestal they had on a little sacrificial female adapter on the packaging, that I couldn't squeeze it and get it out like a normal GoPro, so I had to pop this rubber thing out, and then you can squeeze and get it out. I think that's awesome. Way to go, GoPro. Good job. Then you have your traditional one, same thing, it just has the screw in it already. This actually, I'm really glad I just saw this. So this looks kind of funky compared to this, right? You guys take this out of your package, you're gonna be like, wow, why is that one so different? Because this is supposed to come off. That's not supposed to be there, that's not part of the mount. I saw that on another video where somebody was complaining about it, and they were like, oh wait, it says remove on it. But it comes with the exact same mount. So you get two of these with the protective case and the GoPro. Between those two, you get two of these rubber-filled mounts. So that's pretty cool. And you also get the big thumb screws. There is a way, and I'm gonna later on when I do, like, you know, 6 months, a year with the GoPro Hero 8, I'm hopefully have them by then. But these giant obnoxious knobs that stick out, you know, that far. There is an Allen head screw that is black. It looks a lot cleaner. It's literally the width of the mount. I'm gonna try to get some of those so I can show you guys how clean you can actually make it. Maybe when I do my motovlog setup video, because I don't want that on my motovlog helmet. So this is the On Focus accessory kit, and this was, get ready for it, $20 for 15 pieces. So we're gonna see how much the bargain train really works out with this one, because I don't know, it blows my mind. Just the collapsible tripod stick was like $25 for GoPro. So to get what I see on the picture, and I haven't seen inside, as you guys see, it's all put together still. To get what you're supposed to get out of this box for $20, that's kind of cool. So this is another thing I was really excited to get, because one of my bike meets, or you know, like we did on a buddy of mine on Neko. I'll link to his channel actually, so you guys go check out some of the stuff he does. We did a video where I painted his helmet, the ears on his helmet, And when we were actually going through Walmart and going to buy the supplies and stuff like that, he wore one of these, and the footage that he got out of it was really interesting to me. I thought it was really cool to bring that aspect into the videos so you guys can see. It's not just us hanging out in the garage. Like, we ran into some problems, so we tried to go find a solution, and we kept kind of encountering things on the way. So I'll link to his channel so you guys can see that, so you guys go check out the stuff he does. He's also a motovlogger here in my area that I hang out with a lot. You guys probably see him on a lot of my motovlogs. You guys probably see me on a lot of his stuff. But he actually showed me these, and what was really cool is it came in this kit as a part. This is a chest mount, so you have your two shoulders, and then you have a hard plate right here with the female end, so that you can accept one of these GoPro mounts in here. And now you can mount a camera to your chest and walk around and catch all your footage. So I think this is going to be really cool for bike meets and things that we do, so I can kind of bring some of the Boise motorcycle scene to YouTube, so a lot of you guys can see what it is we do and how we do it and how much fun we have doing it. So that's really cool. I'm pretty stoked about this. That's going to be a really good tool for House of Moto as well, so you guys can get some of the footage of the bike while we're working on it, like up close, and actually see what's happening, especially when we rebuild that engine. So stay tuned for that. But this is the case that comes with a lot of the accessories, the other 15 or other 14 pieces of this kit. And this is going to be, remember I said there was something that went with this? This is a floatable handle. So if you put this guy together with this and you bolt through here, you can now take this. Oh no, it's not going to work. Probably have to use one of the ones from this kit. It's a little tight, but it's going through. So you can take this and you can use this underwater or anything like that. If your camera's in here, you have the completely hard door and you have it locked and closed. You have a waterproof camera in a waterproof case with a floatable handle, so it's not going to fall to the bottom of whatever it is that you're swimming in. So I thought that was really cool. Like I said, I probably won't ever use this, but I have it in case I want to. But those of you out there who do diving videos or want to go out on vacation, videotape yourself jumping off a cliff into a lake, there you go, I guess. But some of the other stuff, I was really excited about this. It is an extendable pole that you can mount the GoPro on. So I know I've seen this on a lot of people. A lot of people take these and you'll get a big group photo and you'll extend this bad boy out with your camera on the end of it. Turn it. You can get that. I mean, look at the reach. I'm pretty sure I'm out of camera with that reach. I mean, my back door is a good 7-8 feet from me, and I'm almost touching it. So that's really cool. But you can get a really wide angle for a big group photo, something like this, or you can walk around, talk on it. You're not holding the camera itself. But I think it's really cool. It's called a monopod, and it is 100% made in China. So there is that. Suction cup mount. I'm pretty excited about this. This is going to be something that I use personally as a tool in my garage. It's got one swivel here. It's got another swivel here. You get a lot of really cool angles. Not something I would hook to a car or a motorcycle and try to ride with it. That doesn't seem like a good idea to me. But the lever puts it down, and then I don't know how well it's going to stick to my table. Oh, I can shake my whole table. that's pretty cool. But it's pretty cool. I'm going to use it in the garage when I need to have somewhere to do a time lapse. I can use a good sturdy base that I know even if the table gets bumped, it's not going to knock my GoPro over. Pretty neat. Comes with everything you need to use it. Not a bad little tool. And then this is one I'm also going to use a lot for House of Moto and the bike builds, because I can strap this thing to my hat, which it's not sized at all. Maybe I can do a quick little sizing for it. Yeah, that works. But now I can mount a GoPro to me. You can get first person view of what I'm seeing. That's pretty cool. And then just some random mounts. But you can see right here, this is perfect. You have your regular generic made in China GoPro thing with just arms that they don't have any safety at all. And then you have the actual GoPro ones with the rubber safety. That's a perfect representation. They both do the same thing. This one I'm going to be much, much more trusting in. You have a couple chin mount. This one I'm super excited about. This is the one that's going to be used on my helmet in my chin mount because of this curve. You can get the case to sit just perfect with this on the chin. I've seen a lot of people use these. These are awesome. Another straight mount with a nice threaded piece in it, so you can hook it to just about anything any camera accessory that has a threaded piece, that's gonna be great. A swivel, two-way swivel. So if you need to make some weird funky stuff happen with your GoPro, that guy will work. And then you have some more of these little pegs. You have a short peg, you have a long peg. What is this? I guess a lanyard. Oh, it's a tool. It's a tool for your ends of your thing, so you can get them good and tight. Just like a little tightening tool. That's really neat. And I guess for these end bolts too, you have this guy. That's pretty neat. A bar clamp, which is probably going to be used on my handlebars. That's pretty cool. And then just a lanyard. And another longer swivel. But that's all I got, guys. That's everything we have in the case and through the GoPro. We got for about, let's see, the sale was for $200 for the camera, and then $20 for the kit, and another $30 there, so $50. We're below $300 right now, and we have the camera, 2 batteries, all these accessories, chest harness, the head harness, a case for all the accessories, an inflatable thing that I'm never going to use, a pole, a suction mount. We got all kinds of stuff. And I can tell you right now, when I do my motovlog helmet, I'm going to get much more in depth with some of the things you can do to clean this stuff up and to make it look a little bit better. But so far, that's what we have, and we're going to go ahead and cut to some of the footage from the GoPro Hero 8 right after I get done talking here. So when you see me go to the garage, we're going to be on the Hero 8, and hopefully I'm going to have some of this stuff and I'm going to be using it, so you guys can get a general idea of what it looks like. But we'll see you guys later. It is recording. So what's really cool is I can start, stop, and everything. Everything that camera can do, I can do right here on my phone through the GoPro app. So what's really cool is, I'm gonna leave this phone here. Maybe I might not. And I'm just gonna walk around with you real quick, so you can see I'm on that giant extended pole that's made in China. You can see like where we just filmed this review, and you know that's where I was sitting. There's all of our tripod, all of our camera stuff, my disgusting kitchen, all that jazz, and that's just about 2 feet on a pole. That's a pretty wide view. You can see my whole kitchen. You can almost see the spots I didn't paint when I painted it. But I'm gonna switch you guys over to something a little smaller. Actually, I can just, how handy is that? I don't even need to switch you guys over. So we're gonna walk around the garage where we film the House of Moto and check it out a little bit. So you see some of the lighting changes. Like this is my dark laundry room that leads into my garage. There's all my riding gear and all that jazz back there hanging up. The House of Moto garage. That's the bad part of this little Chinese stick right there, because you can just flip right over. So with the lighting, you can see, I mean, it's not bad at all. I mean, I'm looking at it on my phone and it looks fairly decent. I don't know how the audio is going to come through, but yeah, this thing's pretty cool. It's not bad. It's not like I thought it was going to be. I'll tell you that much. Like it's actually not a bad buy. But this is the garage, and this is the footage you can expect from the GoPro Hero 8. So that's all I got for today, guys. That's my unboxing and initial reaction. I will be setting this camera up to do my motovlogging camera and all of that stuff. So stay tuned. See the footage and all the cool accessories to hook it to my helmet and make it a motovlog setup. So I appreciate you guys viewing this video. Check out the other stuff on the channel. Like I said, we do a build series. We're gonna have a lot of cool stuff we're gonna give away. We're gonna do motorcycles, gear, as much as we can do with viewer support, that is. So stay tuned, because this bike right here, see if I can get it in shot. Oh, I'm just a little bit too big there. This bike right here behind me, that is one of the bikes we're gonna give away. So subscribe, like, comment, let me know what you guys think about the GoPro Hero 8 if you have one already. Yeah, stay tuned on the channel because we're going to be doing some cool stuff. Appreciate you guys. Have a good one.